Hello, I'm Councillor Adele Brown, Cabinet Member for Planning and Infrastructure. I'm here at the Chapelgate site, one of our new developments. We all know someone, a son, a daughter, a friend, who dreams of home ownership but feels unlocked out of the market. No matter how hard they save, the goalposts keep on moving. It's frustrating, it's unfair, and it needs to change. That's why we're making home ownership more achievable with real options to help people buy their first home. Here are some of the schemes currently available. First Home Scheme, with between 30 to 50% of market price for our first-time buyers. Shared ownership, buy 25 to 75% of the share of a home and pay a subsidised rent on the rest. Rent to buy, renting at a reduced rate while saving for a deposit. Mortgage Guarantee Scheme, secure a mortgage with just 5% deposit. Alongside these schemes, our Basildon First Charter ensures local homes for local people, providing a priority for Basildon residents, key workers and those in need. All new developments will be marketed exclusively to local people for up to 12 months before being offered outside the borough. This isn't just about houses, it's about keeping families together, supporting key workers and giving hard-working people a fair shot at home ownership. Because a home isn't just a place, it's the foundation of everything.
Hello, it's the King of the Bins, Aidan McGurran, Basildon Council's Cabinet Member for Environment and Leisure. We have noticed a lot of residents engaging with our recent social media about the upcoming waste changes. Along with distribution of your new bags, you should have received a leaflet explaining the new service, which can also be found on our website. Please check these out as they will tell you everything you need to know. In the upcoming weeks, we have 6 roadshows taking place across the borough, where the team will be on hand to answer all your questions and advise on a new service and any general waste related queries. These will take place between 9 AM and 1 PM across the borough, so make a note of your nearest roadshow and pop along to see the team if you can. In the meantime, if you wish to learn more, head to the website where there is a list of frequently asked questions that might be able to help you. We've listened and now we're delivering for you. Let's continue to bring pride back to our borough. For more details, head to the council website. Thank you very much.
Good evening, Basildon. I hope you are all well. This is Gavin Callaghan, the leader of Basildon Council. I'm here in the chamber, just finishing up from a very busy day. Lots of things going on here at the council today, which I'm going to be talking about. But I'm really keen to, as always, hear from you throughout the course of this next hour. And I'll hopefully be able to answer as many of your questions as possible and give you some more information and updates about what is happening across the 5 towns of this Basildon borough. The first thing to update you on is where we are on the council's Easter egg drive. So you may have seen, I launched this last week alongside the cabinet and the chief executive. We are collecting Easter eggs and we are giving them away this year to 2 sets of people. The first are for our elderly. And we've got lots of people who are elderly, who are socially isolated, living perhaps in care homes or in sheltered housing schemes. We're collecting eggs this year to be able to give out to our elderly residents as well. And we're also going to be collecting for children in temporary accommodation. So you'll remember at Christmas, we were able to collect gifts for those children and make sure that on Christmas Day, they had a present that they were able to open, even if they were in hotels or bed and breakfasts because they're in temporary accommodation. Well, we still have children in TA. There's a report out today from the House of Commons Select Committee on housing communities and local government saying that the number of children in temporary accommodation is rising exponentially at the moment. And that's the same in Basildon. We have too many families with children in temporary accommodation. So this Easter Sunday, we want to spread a little bit of cheer. So we are asking people to make donations. A huge thank you to everybody who has already donated. Our target is 3,000 Easter eggs that we are trying to raise over the course of the next couple of weeks. We've already had lots of our businesses coming along with piles and piles of eggs to donate. More businesses who are coming in next week to do exactly the same. If you would like to donate Easter eggs as well when you're doing your weekly shopping and you think you can perhaps put another couple into the basket to support our elderly and our TA children this Easter, then please do. You can drop them off at the Basildon Centre Monday to Friday from 9 in the morning till 5 p.m, or you can get in touch with your local councillors and they can come and collect them and bring them to the council. And we've got until the 14th of April to collect the eggs so that we can then make sure we can get them distributed. So I'm really encouraging as many residents and businesses alike to be able to donate and to spread that little bit of cheer this Easter as well. We have a hugely generous community across our borough who are doing some fantastic work every single day. I am consistently blown away by how amazing the people of our borough are when it comes to donating gifts and donating these Easter eggs. And we're really grateful for all of the support with that one because it really does make a massive difference. What a weekend we had in terms of the crunch. People often say to me, you politicians, you're all the same. Nothing ever changes. You don't ever deliver on any of your promises. That's just not true here in Basildon because I remember this time last year when we were all running around the borough, knocking on doors, delivering leaflets, saying to people, we're going to clean this borough up. We're going to get the bins fixed. We're going to make a real difference when it comes to the environment and the local community that we see. And one of the first things that we did in order to deliver on that promise was to reinstate the crunch service. And last weekend, across 6 different sites around the borough, the crunch was a phenomenal success last week. We had 114 tons of rubbish collected last weekend, and we had around about 45% of that was recycling. So again, that's been a huge positive to be able to increase our recycling rates across the borough. And it makes a big difference in terms of seeing a reduction in fly tipping incidences as well, because people are coming and they're able to get rid of those excess household items, black bags, etc. So across the weekend, we had those 6 sites, and we will be going back out again. So we've committed to doing this 6 times in 2025, 2026. So we've had the first weekend. We're going to have another weekend with those 6 sites in a couple of months' time. Stand by. We've got the dates ready for that. So we'll be able to let you know, and people will be able to come out. I just want to say a massive thank you to all of the men and women of the refuse teams. It is a big effort to put the crunch on a Saturday morning. Our teams are there from 9 in the morning till midday, and then they are throughout the rest of the day disposing of the waste, getting it off to the various different tips and recycling centres around South Essex. It's a huge job. And all of the boys and girls that took part from our refuse team did the council, did our borough proud last weekend. So a huge thank you to all of those guys. And it's great how, people are coming out, they're using that facility, they're coming and tipping their rubbish into the backs of our lorries. And there's a great camaraderie between the residents and the staff as well. So it was really great to see. So thank you to everybody who used the crunch service last weekend. And I look forward to the next one. Some more positive news, some more promises being delivered. We have launched the new Safer Communities Enforcement Team. So you will have seen again on the social media channels of the council. We last week or 2 weeks ago at the council, we passed a new PSPO, a public space protection order, to be able to enforce against antisocial behaviour, to enforce against people littering, dumping, causing a nuisance, loitering around our town centres. And today we followed that up with the launch of the new Safer Communities Enforcement Team. So these are officers who are going to be out and about. They work for Basildon Council. They'll be branded in the council uniform. They have got the powers to enforce that PSPO, to move people on, to issue fines if people are misbehaving in the public spaces as well. So you'll be able to easily identify them. They've got uniforms. They're going to be in council community safety vehicles as well. So there'll be a lot of visibility. So people are going to be able to see them. We're also going to be launching safer community meetings as well around the borough. So if you've got particular concerns in your community and in your neighbourhood that you would like to raise with the council and with the local police force, perhaps with the council's housing team, the ASB officers, the community safety officers, we're going to be coming back, making ourselves available to each town around the borough as well. So this comes back to my commitment to engage more effectively, to bring the council to you, to where you are, and to hopefully identify the issues, gather some intelligence, and then see crime, antisocial behaviour go down, and community safety across the borough go up. And we're putting our money where our mouth is on this, because again, in the last week, we've had another injunction through the courts around tenants in Wickford who were engaged in antisocial behaviour. They were involved in unlawful activities around drugs, around cannabis, and around noise disturbances at night. And so we've served that injunction. They have been issued with an eviction. They've got a banning order. They cannot return to that property as well. We've said really clearly we are going to get tough on enforcement. I think every single week that I've been on Facebook Live since the turn of the year, I've been able to come and report to you that the council has been in the courts prosecuting fly tippers, people for antisocial behaviour, evicting people out of council properties who have been causing nuisances. And this is another one this week over in Wickford where we've managed to get that injunction. So again, there's a lot of work that goes into that from our enforcement team, from our legal team. A huge thank you to the officers at the council for all of their work to do that. And we are going to up the ante on that. And I've been meeting all today here at the council with the chief executive and with other officers to talk about how we're going to increase enforcement and how we're going to take this further. One of the other things that we've managed to do as well is make it clear about some of the scams that have been taking place as well. So we've been made aware that some of our businesses have been getting scammed around licensing and licensed premises where fake licensing officers have been going out, turning up and claiming that people are to pay their fees. We've managed to clamp down on this. We're aware of it, and we're going to be out there enforcing the law as well. So if you run a licensed premises, if you run a bar, a restaurant, whatever it might be around the Basildon Borough, just be aware of that. Make sure that you are double checking whether or not people turning up and asking for payment from you are in fact Basildon Council licensing officers. And if you are unsure, then please do contact Basildon Council in the usual way. We've got a couple of things that are coming up for you, dates for your diary. So we've got the small business networking event. So if you are a small business owner, if you're looking for some mentoring, looking to expand your network, looking to get more support for your business, then every second Monday of each month, we have the small business networking event at 8 a.m. in the morning at the Metro Bank in Basildon Town Centre. It's totally free. So you can come along, you can meet the Federation of Small Business Reps, you can get some more support for your business there. And I have two more Meet the Leader events coming up in April as well. So on Wednesday, the 23rd of April, from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m., I'm going to be in Laindon. So I'm going to be over in Laindon on Wednesday, the 23rd of April. And on the 30th of April, again, between 7 p.m. and 9 p.m., I'm going to be in Pitsea as well. So if you would like to come to either of those two town hall events, there will be an Eventbrite link where you can sign up. You can come along, you can ask me any issues that you have, you can raise any particular pieces of casework, and also hear a bit more about what the council is doing and why we are taking the the courses of action that we are. I also just mean to update you about a public meeting that is taking place following the tragic incident that took place on the 1st of February on Ashlands, where two young kids, Darcy and Roman Castleton, were sadly killed on the road in Pitsea. Following that, the Pitsea Area Committee and the Pitsea Northwest councillors, Mike Baker, Pat Reed and Emma Callaghan, have been engaging with Essex County Council, with Essex Police, looking at road safety measures. You will have seen that there is works going on around improving the street lighting. There is works going on at the moment around improving the zebra crossing, and there will be more works coming forward. We hope on improving the pathway access around there as well. But we are having a public meeting where the Essex Road Safety Forum, they will be coming along. The chair of that will be coming along. He is an Essex County councillor. Hopefully Essex Highways will be coming along as well. So if you live in Pitsea, particularly around the Chalverton Estate, Burnt Mills, Felmores, and you've got an issue around road safety that you would like to discuss, we can't discuss that particular case because it is a live criminal investigation, but other areas where you think we may need road calming measures, where you think that there might be particular issues on the road that could lead to fatalities, come along to that meeting, raise those incidents at that meeting. It's going to be held at the Upper Academy on the 22nd of April from 7 p.m. in the evening. So you can come along, you can listen to what is being done and also raise those concerns there. So 3 events coming up, 2 Meet the Leader town hall events and that Ashlands Road Safety event coming up in Pitsea as well. All of the dates we'll list underneath in the comment section here, and the Eventbrite links to be able to sign up and to come along to that. So if you are minded to, it would be good to see you at some of those events. Next, thank you to everybody who came along to the Pathways Jobs Fair today on facilities management and on security. I popped down there myself with Councillor Jessica Power, who's responsible for jobs in the borough, and it was great to see a whole range of people coming in, getting some information about how they could sign up to do their SIA security license, how they'd be able to maybe go and get a job with some of the security companies that were there who were exhibiting. So that has been a great thing for people today, and hopefully it will lead to people getting jobs. And the beauty of our jobs fairs here at the council is we've got DWP, we've got citizens advice, we've got people who are actively looking for jobs. Then we've got pathways to be able to say, well, here's the jobs that are there. These are the skills that you need. Come and speak to the employers. And right there we are seeing, and I saw it today with my own eyes, people walking in and walking out with interviews and with the prospect of being able to get a job and provide for themselves and their families. So hugely positive. And we're going to have a new one coming up in about a month's time that's going to be focusing on children and young people, working with children and young people in the various careers that are available for people there. So if you are interested in any of those jobs, then there will be things available, there will be opportunities available for you to come along. Morgan Sindall. Feels like we've spent the whole week at Basildon Council talking about Morgan Sindall. For those of you who are affected by Morgan Sindall, I encourage you to go to the council's YouTube channel and to watch the meeting of the Performance Scrutiny Committee on Tuesday night. We learned a lot in that meeting about why that contract has gone AWOL, why we are in a position where we are seeing so many complaints, why things are not where the public are telling us they want to be. We're seeing the disparity as well between what we hear from the contractor and what we hear from our tenants, and we need to bridge that gap and find out why performance is not where it needs to be, and we need to get it back there so that our tenants who are paying a lot of money in rent are able to get a much better service. So go and have a look at it. What it boils down to is that back in 2023, under the previous Conservative administration, decisions were taken to lower KPIs, to reduce the independent oversight of that contract. And as a consequence of that, things have got worse, not better, right? To me, that's not really a surprise, right? If you lower KPIs, lower performance standards, and take away people who are asking difficult questions, it's not really a surprise, is it? But unfortunately, the Andrew Schrader and Andrew Baggott, who were responsible for this in the last administration, allowed that to happen. And as a consequence, that service has got worse, not better. But hopefully now we have got ourselves a proper action plan to put this back on the straight and narrow, get those homes prepared properly, and get it done in a timely manner. And then we will hopefully get that back to where it needs to be in terms of tenant satisfaction. Part of it is that we have got every Thursday, the Morgan Sindall guys are here at the council until from midday till 2 p.m. And you can come along and speak to them. I have told Morgan Sindall repeatedly that we need to have evening surgeries as well, and surgeries at the weekend, so that our residents who are our tenants who are working and not able to get here on a Thursday during the day have the opportunity to come and speak to Morgan Sindall about the particular issues. And again, we'll be announcing some dates when that is going to be coming forward and happening as well. But look, if you're a tenant, well worth going and watching it. It was 2 hours of pretty forensic grilling, and I enjoyed watching it, I have to say. Right, next, local plan, part 2 of that consultation. Thank you to everybody who came along today at the Eastgate Shopping Centre or to the Towngate Theatre. We had lots of people who came along to the local plan consultation today to drop in, let us know your thoughts and feelings about it. We've still got the Noak Bridge neighbourhood plan consultation. That closes on the 7th of April. So if you live in Noak Bridge and you've got views on that in terms of the local plan, get your responses in. We are still out there talking about affordable housing. Remember, the Basildon First Charter, every new house that is built for sale or rent in this borough must be marketed only to people who live in the Basildon borough for not 3 months, not 6 months, not 9 months, 12 months, a whole year. Basildon First, Basildon always, right? That's where we are in terms of these new houses, in terms of those new developments. We're also massively in favour of 30 to 50% reductions for first-time buyers in those properties, shared ownership schemes, rent-to-buy schemes, mortgage guarantee schemes, all for Basildon residents, so that these homes that are built can be protected for Basildon people to be able to go in and rent or buy those properties. So there'll be lots going on as well, lots to talk about in respect of affordable housing as we move forward with the local plan and more planning applications come forward. Here in this chamber, you might see behind me, we've got the wall here that has got various different certificates on, which are all lovely, but every municipal year, so at the start of May, we like to freshen it up. And I've been really pleased to see the council get in touch with local artist Dean Smith, who many of you may know, who runs art classes from Barleylands and has been around the arts and culture scene in Basildon for a long time. We've been talking about creating an art exhibition here in the Basildon Council chamber. Lots of people watch these meetings every week, so there's lots of opportunity to see the art being displayed behind us. We have residents who turn up at public meetings here, but there's also an opportunity to turn this chamber, that's your chamber, it's the people's chamber, this is where the people's work of Basildon is done, turn this into more of an exhibition place as well for people to pop in and see some of that artwork. And I'm particularly interested in VE Day and VJ Day, the 80th anniversary that we'll be commemorating this May. We've been talking to Dean about how we could get some of the artwork around commemorating VE Day and VJ Day here in the council chamber. Those conversations began today, and hopefully that will be a real positive, and we'll get that artwork up on the wall, and people will be able at some point throughout the year to come and see it. If you haven't been to the council chamber, it is worth coming along and having a look. You have portrait of the king and all the things that have to go into this being a civic space as well, and all of the Union Jack and everything else flying. So yeah, look, it's an opportunity to come and see some really great art, and also an opportunity to come and visit the council chamber as well. Our main focus that we've always told you is around fixing the bins, and in that spirit, we've got some updates on our waste service this week. I think I told you last week we've had people who have been convicted through the courts of serial fly tipping, who have been given 40 hours of community service in our borough. So we've been able to crack down on them. On Tuesday, waste officers went out alongside Essex Police. So this was a partnership that we've been pushing. Councillor Aidan McGurran, the king of the bins, he has been pushing for rogue traders and fly tippers, people who come along, charge you to clear your house, say we'll collect all your rubbish and dispose of it, and then fly tip it. We know that's been going on. We know that's been happening, particularly on the country roads around Bowers Gifford. That's been happening quite a bit. But we've listened to the residents who've been telling us about this. We've taken that on board. We've had our waste officers and Essex Police going out doing those sting operations and catching some of those people who have been doing it. And more of you will have been receiving your new blue and white disposable sacks. They've been coming through, or bags, I should say. They've been coming through. We have 82,000 houses that we've got to get to before the 28th of April. So not every house has had their blue and white rolls yet. I've not had mine over where I live as well, but they are coming. They're coming out. Please do not use them until the week commencing the 28th of April. But again, people will always say, politicians, you never deliver what you're going to say. Within a year, we are going to have returned to weekly black bin collections. So every single week, every single black bin in every single house is going to be collected here in Basildon. And you can put as many blue and white recycling bags out as you like. You can keep your existing sacks, or you can put them in the tip over at Barleylands if you would like to get rid of them. But we have got that new waste service coming in from the week commencing the 28th of April. We will be the only borough in the whole of Essex to still have an all-out weekly collection because of this decision. So yes, people pay council tax. Is council tax too high? Yes, it is. Do you deserve more service as a consequence of that? Yes, you do. And that's exactly what my administration is delivering. So we are putting weekly black bins on, and we are making sure that the recycling is cheaper and easier to be able to deal with and to collect. There are some road shows going on. So if you're unsure about the changes and you need more information, there are some road shows. So we've already done some stuff in Wickford and in Langdon and in Billericay. But coming up, we've got a session on the 9th of April at the Eastgate Centre in Basildon. We're going to be down at Pitsea Market on the 16th of April and then back in Basildon Town Centre on the 23rd of April, and that's between 9 a.m. and 1 p.m. And then we're going to be out there, as I said, from the week commencing the 28th of April, collecting every single black bin every single week from every single house. And we'll be collecting as many blue and white recycling bags as you want to put out, you can put out as well. That's it for updates now. So I'm going to take some questions and I'm going to have a quick look at some of the questions that have been coming in over the course of the last 25 minutes or so. So this one has come in around, could you select a site for the crunch that's actually in Wickford? And that would be popular. Many thanks. I understand the frustrations about the Crays Hill site last weekend. I think in the previous 6 crunches that we held last year, we have moved around the Shotgate area, we'd moved around Castledon, and we'd moved around the Wick as well. Because of the way that the council boundaries are configured now, the Wickford, Castledon and Crouch seat covers Noak Bridge and Crays Hill. And they are partly funding the area committees to put on the crunch service. So therefore, for those residents who find themselves often in that kind of no man's land between the Billericay site and the Wickford site, it was important that they had an opportunity as part of this to be close to a crunch site as well, which is why it was in the Crays Hill site. I mean, enough people knew about it because it was still incredibly busy and lots of people were able to get there. But I do appreciate that we could get a different site next time. As I said, we have 5 more weekends coming up throughout the course of the next 12 months. So there'll be more opportunities for different sites in Wickford. Just having a look again at some of the other questions that have been coming in as well. So we've got one here from Rob, who says, guess you won't know for sure, but do you think it is likely to be closer to the end of the year before Angela Rayner makes a decision on the 26-27 local elections? So this is a good point. So this was debated at length at the last full council meeting around whether the 2026 and 2027 local council elections in Basildon will go ahead. Obviously, the county council elections were postponed this year, and we will have new councils being elected in May 2027. So Basildon Council won't exist anymore after 2028. So the last ever elections will be 2027. As things stand today, as I sit here, there will be elections next year. So we will be going out to vote for the council, for Basildon Council elections in May 2026 and then again in May 2027. If you look at what the government have done in postponing this year's elections, it may well be the case that they postpone them again next year. But there are lots of things that are variables in this. So number one, the agreement across Essex around local government reorganisation and devolution could fall apart. Right? It has fallen apart in Essex before. So if it does fall apart, then there's no reason to cancel elections and everything stays the same. That's not likely because the government has said that they do definitely want to abolish all districts and county councils and just create unitaries, and you either do it yourself or they'll do it to you. So that's unlikely to be an option. But they don't tend to make decisions on this until around the February, March time, because that's the last date that they have in order to cancel those elections. I have said before that 2026 and 2027, that running those two sets of elections costs the Basildon Council taxpayer about £500,000. Now, some of you may think we should absolutely have those elections, regardless of whether or not councillors are being elected to a 2-year term or a 1-year term, and that's how it should be. Fine, you are entitled to your opinion. I disagree with that. I think if we could use that £500,000 to put the streetlights back on, to pay for more pride teams on the streets, to clean up more rubbish, to regenerate more of our town centres, to improve our car parks, to get more enforcement officers. However we choose to divvy up that money, I think that might be a better use of the money than paying councillors like me to sit in a room like this for 12 months in a body that's about to be abolished. Um, Actually, we should vote in 2027 on councillors to the new council that's actually going to be the council tax authority and be able to do things. I can't make any of those decisions. I am just a mere district council leader. So I will wait for the Secretary of State to make her decision. The sooner the better, but I suspect we won't know this until this time next year. So unfortunately, Rob, I can't give you any more clarity on that. But as soon as I know, as always, I will make sure that I'm telling people either through this platform or other social channels that we use as well. But thank you, Rob, for that question. Okay, next, Adam France has asked me that the new apartment blocks in Wickford have been completed and the old community centre site next to the Texaco is nearing completion. What's being done to ensure they support local people? Also on the community centre site, there is a stump that's been nicely framed with some Kirby stones. Okay, I'll deal with the last point. I'll take that up with officers, and we'll have a look into that. On the issue of what is happening with the Verse site and then with the site opposite Sanctuary, the Verse site is entirely Basildon Council residents. So we have an arrangement there. So for the next 3 years, that is an arrangement where we as the council take every single one of those units for people who are in temporary accommodation, Basildon people in temporary accommodation. So the London Borough of Newham tried to come in and buy that building. I stopped them from doing that, and I make sure that we had that for Basildon Council for our residents. So that is happening. On the Texaco site, that is a mix with Sanctuary Housing. So they are a housing association. But Basildon Council, we get nomination rights. We get to decide who goes into that property as well. And again, all of the people going into that property will be people who are on the Basildon Council House waiting list. To be eligible for a council house, to be on that list, you have to have lived in the Basildon Borough for 7 years continuously. There can be no breaks in that service unless you are in the military. But you have to have been in Basildon for 7 years. There is lots of criteria to demonstrate and prove that you are a Basildon resident, that you are going into a home in Basildon, so that it's a local person getting that property. And again, that is safeguarded through the nominations agreements with housing associations, and that is the case at the site opposite the Texaco as well. So on both of those properties, there is comfort, I hope, for Wickford residents. The council has acted fast to put Basildon residents in there first. Would just point out, it did not happen under my Conservative colleagues who allowed multiple sites to be sold to London boroughs. But you don't have to worry about that with me. I have a track record of making sure that these units go to Basildon residents first. So our last one, just having a look here. Is there an update on the new flats going up in town and the old Staples site, please? So yes, this has been demolished, and that's been demolished now for about 6 months. That is a scheme that's owned by a company called Donard Homes. They have got planning permission on that site to build that site out. As I understand it, they are in the process of working with investors to release some cash to get on site and to start building that out. I don't, as I sit here today, I don't have a date for you exactly on when that will happen, but that is something that we are encouraging. There are the first phase of the Westgate will come forward next month in May as well. That's exciting. New hotel, new retail space, some activity there for older person care as well in our town centre. Again, ring fenced for local Basildon people as well. So not having these monster tower blocks of 20 odd stories. So we've taken control of that and given ourselves the power to do more of that. So that's exciting. That's coming forward next month as well. For those of you who are interested in all of this, I am going to be going to the Overview and Scrutiny Committee next Tuesday evening at 7 o'clock, where I will be giving an update on the regeneration projects in Wickford, in Pitsea, in Basildon, and in Langdon as well. So I'll be keeping you updated with what is going on there as well. As always with these Facebook Lives, please do keep your questions coming in. If I haven't got to your questions, I apologize. It's bloody hard to see on this screen all of the questions as they come in. So if I haven't got to you, I'll try and go back through the comments and reply. And I know that some of my colleagues from the council are online as well, and they'll hopefully get you some information. Look, from my point of view, just to wrap up, as always, Basildon Council has got 5 priorities for 2025. We are fixing the bins. The week commencing the 28th of April. Every single house, every black bin on every street will be collected every single week. The blue and white sacks, the reusable ones, scrap them, get rid of them. We're not using them anymore. It's going to be the recyclable blue and white bags. Put as many out as you want. Let's increase our recycling rates while we do it. We are the only borough anywhere in Essex that will have weekly collections across our household and our recycling rates as well. We are getting tough on fly tippers. We're in the courts. We are prosecuting. There is £1,000 fines being issued. There's 40 hours of community service. There is the council and the police working in tandem on those rogue traders. We are bringing down the number of fly tips. We're bringing down the number of missed collections. We are, and we're doing that through the new service, not the existing one, the one coming on the 28th of April. And we've gone out and we've reinstated the crunch service because we know that's critical. We're regenerating 4 out of the 5 town centres. If you're driving through Langdon, you're seeing the roadworks being completed, all of the cabling and the sewage and everything going in to make sure that we can start building out the rest of that shopping centre so we can get 15 brand new shops into Langdon, hundreds of new jobs available for local people. Give the people of Langdon what they really deserve. The CDC in Pitsea, the Community Diagnostic Centre in Pitsea, will be built by the autumn of 2026, in 18 months' time. Brand new facility down there in Pitsea. That is underway and being built. The Westgate here, first phase coming on board. Demolition going to be starting at the Westgate Shopping Centre shortly after. Demolition already started over at the Market Pavement site. Greggs are about to move out and into the old Ministry of Hair, who've gone into the Eastgate, so that site can now come down and start being built out. Positive news around the Eastgate. The new health centre is coming into the old Debenham site. So 24/7 hospital going to be at the Debenham site, and a really exciting ninja type offer going on to the top floor of that Debenhams as well for young people and families. So more investment going into that, and all of this with a commitment that all of the housing, as we've just heard about the regeneration in Wickford, the Heriot site coming forward as well for the new supermarket in Wickford, I almost forgot that one, but all of it to protect local people, homes for local people, built by local businesses, underpinned by the Basildon First Charter. It's there in black and white. We've passed it. Developers have to sign up to it, and we are seeing the fruits of that labour. Our people moving into the site in Wickford, our people about to move into the site in Billericay, not London boroughs, local Basildon people, and making those communities safer. The public space protection order, the launch of the new community safety enforcement team today, the antisocial behaviour guys and those yobs who have gone through the courts and the injunctions that have been served. Back in Basildon businesses, just today, downstairs, getting people jobs, skills, ready to go into employment in our borough, because we are back in Basildon businesses. Across all of those 5 things, there is so much happening here in Basildon, and there is so many reasons to be optimistic about the future of our borough and the future of the 5 towns that we are all living, working and raising our families in as well. Listen, thank you always for joining. I've been rambling on now for 36 minutes, so I'm going to stop. Keep your questions coming. I will be back next week. If you've got anything in the meantime, get in touch with me on leader@basildon.gov.uk. Thank you all for listening.
Hello, I'm Councillor Adele Brown, Cabinet Member for Planning and Infrastructure. I'm here at the Chapelgate site, one of our new developments. We all know someone, a son, a daughter, a friend, who dreams of home ownership but feels unlocked out of the market. No matter how hard they save, the goalposts keep on moving. It's frustrating, it's unfair, and it needs to change. That's why we're making home ownership more achievable with real options to help people buy their first home. Here are some of the schemes currently available. First Home Scheme, with between 30 to 50% of market price for our first-time buyers. Shared ownership, buy 25 to 75% of the share of a home and pay a subsidised rent on the rest. Rent to buy, renting at a reduced rate while saving for a deposit. Mortgage Guarantee Scheme, secure a mortgage with just 5% deposit. Alongside these schemes, our Basildon First Charter ensures local homes for local people, providing a priority for Basildon residents, key workers and those in need. All new developments will be marketed exclusively to local people for up to 12 months before being offered outside the borough. This isn't just about houses, it's about keeping families together, supporting key workers and giving hard-working people a fair shot at home ownership. Because a home isn't just a place, it's the foundation of everything.